What's up, guys? I'm gonna show you how I normally brush Ruckus. Um, as you can see, he's not really much so a mess. This just happens casually with all fursuits in general. They just need a good brush, and apparently with this guy, he loves getting really fluffy. So I gotta keep him up to par with a brush. Let me show you some of the hassles it takes to brush this dog. Alright, so normally I start off with the head last because he's just goofy looking, and I like to see his face after a hard long day of brushing this rainbow butt. So I'm gonna stick him over at the corner over here, and yeah, I'll just kind of be talking and going about just normal business and whatnot. So let's see here, starting off around with the neck and just kind of going around towards the back. I just normally have him laying. Here we go. Alright, so I normally go around brushing his arms and pretty much just get like an even flow. It doesn't wash, so I don't have to worry about getting like little hairballs that attach to him so quickly, but it does happen. Never brush wet fur. Like, let's say you were to wash your fursuit and you decide to brush it wet. That's how you pull out hair easily. And how I'm doing this is I'm pulling downward. If you pull it this way, you can hear it instantly crunching, and that's you ripping out the hair, and you don't want to rip out the hair. It's like a car. You want to, use the proper methods. If not, you'll just end up ruining the paint. You'll end up pulling the hair out. It's always good to take care and brush your fur. Look at this. So colorful. Oh, here. It's always good to brush your fur. And it's always good that Ruckus has his hair brushed too, because it really looks good with the sway of the... I don't know how long of a fur this is. I mean, it's pretty much like maybe the length of this brush handle, maybe, I want to say. If I can get the camera, there you go. So, yeah, and I normally work my way up to the back torso first, and then to the curl butt, lift that up, and then I get the under, which kind of, I want to say, goes down to the bottom of my right digi-leg first. As I lift him up there. It looks pretty darn good looking. The white right here, you can never win with white. But I like to get this stuff out and just, make it really smooth. So it kind of looks a little luscious, Boop. Alright. Alright, we're pretty much done with that side. And put that right there. And we're pretty much done. So, as smooth as he looks, it's a lot more better brushed when he's, looking like this. Alright, now it's time to flip him over. I hate having a ceiling fan because I think one day whenever I'm gonna brush him, like, my ceiling fan's gonna claim my fursuit and Ruckus is gonna go flying everywhere. And I'm kind of afraid of Ruckus flying because dogs can't fly. Certainly not a rainbow husky. So now I'm doing this other side, which is the left side on his back. So trying to get as much floof as I can here. All that rainbow floof. This is the rainbow butt, also known as husk butt. Getting a little bit of what I can here. Alright. And just brushing the collar to the back torso. By the way, I have work in like 2 hours. Well, it's 8 o'clock right now. 8 o'clock p.m. I normally work from, what is it, like 2 to 3 overnights. I work security, so I mean, it's pretty fun. I just mainly do a lot. I mainly do a lot of my editing during those work hours, and I'm very happy to have that privilege of, you know, leniency where I don't do much at work, and I just mainly get a lot of editing done. But too much free time, so I'm able to get out so much and hang out with my great friends. It's kind of weird. I'm normally sticking to the Monday to Friday schedule, and you know, I normally work like 2 12s from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday, Sunday, and that's already like my Wednesday right there. My Wednesday is Monday evening, sorry. And then my Friday is Wednesday, or I work 4 days a week. 4 weeks is like my 40 hours, so 2 12s, 2 8s. And I just sit around and not do anything, really. So this fur is really done brushed out. At least for me. You know. I really like the outcome of this rainbow floof, though. I don't know how 2.0 Ruckus is going to look for the new rainbow floof, but, you know, almost 2 years of having this fursuit, and I absolutely still love this fur to this day. It's just hard to manage, and because the zipper is with the rainbow floof, it gets caught so many times, so I'm like, ugh, I gotta wrestle with the thing. Alright, so I'm gonna pull this up right here with all that fur. And I'm gonna brush the back leg now. Alright, so I'm gonna pull this up. Get some of the bottom part of Ruckus's floof right here. There we go. Alright. And I'm going to get my back leg, left leg. What's cool about this fursuit, is it really doesn't take long to brush him. He's more really easy to, you know, just brush and smoothen him out. Once you get used to it, you know, it's just like you already know how to care and treat a normal fursuit. My fursuit was a plantigrade, and it was my gray wolf Volvith. And I'm gonna flip this guy around. Watch out for the ceiling fan. and I was brushing him the wrong way. Like, I was brushing him like this. Or wait, like, just really bad. I didn't even know which direction to go. And it was like maybe every day or every other day whenever I was brushing him, I had to pull out like lumps of fur. And it was just recently that I found out that the way I was doing it for the 2 years that I did own that fursuit, I was doing it wrong. And I kind of look back and I'm like, well, I just got to be more careful. Alright, so here is kind of the tricky part. My tail is attached to the fursuit, so I don't have, like that pull away. Not pull away, but like, So after the fursuit has already been zipped up, which, it has when I first started, I normally start it at the top. I can't really do much about the tail other than just shrug it to the side and kind of work with it. So he is kind of, a little baggy and whatnot. Not baggy, but could be brushed to look better. By the way, you got to remember too, like if you're careful enough, you don't have to worry about the back getting all, like this. Because that happens when you brush in the front and you brush it in the back and it's like, oh, looks like this again. I'm not the most careful person in the world. Alright. So, what I normally like to do is start off with the arm sleeve. Collar to the neck. The neck to the, arm. And just, casually around the armpit and throughout the shoulder and wrist part of the fursuit. Just brush it out. I love that fur so much. So much for the other side, though. Bloop. Actually, yeah, there we go. See, when you lay it down, it looks, it looks pretty sweet. But then you're like, bloop. All right. So this part is done. All right. So now I'm gonna get the collar wherever it's at. Jeez. Okay. And now just go all the way down. What's great about these brushes is that they don't catch. So if you need, if you have like a very sensitive small hand in like some areas and you're just light about it, it doesn't catch itself. So just let it sway. It's supposed to have a silkiness. See the difference between this and this. That's not brushed, it's brushed. That's also brushed too. Alright. Now go into the digi-legs. And going towards the knees to my ankles of the front left of my bodysuit. Gonna be I remember getting this fursuit the first time, and the difference between my plantigrade to the digigrade was that this was like a giant pillow. Like, it was so comfortable. I wanted to sleep in him, which I never did. I never slept in any fursuit before. I slept in a Kigu. And I think my first time was at Further Confusion back in back in California. It was a 2016 con. Like one of the very first cons that I attended for a furry convention. My very first was Arizona Fur Con. There we go. This side's completely done. Spaghettified. Alright, I'm gonna switch the spots now. Boof. This takes a lot of, like, work. I'm already out of breath. Alright. Do the exact same thing. Go collar to shoulder. Okay. Pull this forward. All right. He's more as pretty as possible. Look at that side again. Look at the armpit. There we go. Gonna move towards the back now. The front right leg of my fursuit. Bring this leg up. Alright. I'm gonna end up having to sleep on this bed again. Well, after when I get off of work. There's gonna be clumps of hair. I always end up waking up to fur being everywhere. And that's just normally how it is. You're not a furry if you don't enjoy having fur all over the house. Especially if you're a fursuit maker, I can only imagine. There we go. So, that's about it of brushing that fursuit. I'm gonna go and hang him up now. With fursuits, you can hang them up, you can, lay them down, you can pretty much, practically do what you want. I would recommend probably maybe laying it down or hanging it up. I have, I normally use this, hanger with clips attached to it, so that, for the inside you're not stretching it out, or, worst case, this just, clips onto the fursuit. Problem with mine is that it slips sometimes, so I'll wake up to something being in a closet and it's not a monster, it's just my fursuit falling, which, this thing is a monster, so I just slowly grab it by the shoulders, and I'm gonna go stick it in a closet without dying from my ceiling fan. Okay, now I'm going to start with the these guys. My paws. What's great about these guys is that I have to go in all sorts of directions with these guys. Alright, so after wearing these guys and cleaning them, what I like to do is just put them down, you know, like so. Grab the handy dandy brush and brush towards the your nails where they would be at. Just pull lightly on the edge right here and just sway them through. There we go. See the difference? Alright. In person, they're way much better, trust me. Now, I've been brushing my paws for a little longer, so I have a frequent, more steady pace. For maybe someone who's a little bit new who wants to be very easy on their paws, I would recommend just, you know, slow, easy, you know, dragging the brush towards the nails, not against it, because you can hear it brushing like that. You want this, not that. Alright, that's looking pretty good. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to just get a little bit on the inside. I go towards the paws. I kind of get split in between them. Just to get it all the way around. There we go. Do the same for this one. Okay, and I think that's it. Put that aside. Now for feet. Alright. I'm just gonna have to put this down here because I'm not gonna. I've been everywhere with these feet. Alright. Actually. Instead of using the blanket that I put my head on, I could use the car wash towel that I used earlier that my car got rained on again. Gotta love sandstorms. Ooh, okay. So, washing these guys are pretty easy. Getting them dirty is just as easy. What I do to brush these, I grab from the top right here, which, you know, it's like the collar, and I just drag down, and I go all the way around. And they should look pretty good. I am doing it pretty fast. You know, if I were offered to advice, take your time on it. Don't go my exact speed. Go slower. You know, that way, you know, you have a lot more look to it. Put this on its side right here, and just kind of go the sway of the shoe, or the paw, I mean. What you want to is go smoothly from ankle to toe. There you go. Alright, that's pretty much done. Show your side-by-side comparison with the one I just did to that one. Alright, on to my last foot. I'm going to repeat and go from the ankle all the way down to the bottom of my foot, all the way around. One thing that I do hate about white feet is that you kind of get worried that your feet paws somehow get dirty after cleaning them. It obviously happens, but you just feel like after you clean them, they just look dirty again. But no, it's just, you know, either the shading you are at, or most likely you're just being delusional, which that's me half the time, like how I am now. And it's just the fun of being a husky, or whoever has white paws on their persona. Like I said, go slow when you are brushing your fursuit, because you do want to, you know, just take your time with it. Point is to make it look good. And last but not least, the head. After you're done with all that, after when you're done with cleaning anything, just take the fur off, because you don't want to have whatever is on that fur to go anywhere else, especially on the head. I mean, look at that face. Alright, I'm going to take my clip off, set it right there. Okay. What I do is start from the muzzle and to the nose and just sway like this. Go right here. Okay. Go from the ears. You just want to be very light with it. And repeat. Alright, then you want to get the back of the floof right here. Just drag it all the way down. And you're done. Alright guys, that's how to clean your fursuit in 30 minutes. Make sure to rate the video, comment, like the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one, or if you want me to do anything more. Other than that, you guys have a great day. #HuskButt.